Alright, it's Andrew, and I'm back to review Moon Knight. First time I've uploaded 2 videos in 2 days. This is amazing. Let's go, boys. Hey, yo, what up? Editor Andrew here. Just want to say, that's wrong. The thing I just said, that's wrong. Anyway, it's review time. So, first off, Moon Knight is a character that I know very little about. I've only known the stuff that's been in the trailers and some quick wiki searches. Other than that, I have no idea what's going on. And I had zero expectations for anything. All I knew is that there's Egyptians in it, and that's it. And from what I knew about the character, I thought it was so obscure that it'd be hard to translate to live action. But I was wrong. I thought, hey, this is pretty neat. The first episode follows Stephen Grant, who is a socially awkward gift shop employee at an Egyptian museum. Stephen has D.I.D, which is dissociative identity disorder, and shares a body with Mark Specter, who is a mercenary. On top of that, he's also possessed by an Egyptian god called Khonshu, who is the Egyptian god of the moon, who doesn't like Stephen, but he does like Mark. And when I say possessed, I mean he's just a voice in his head that tells him what to do. Kind of like Venom, except I don't want to compare this to Venom, because this is way better than Venom, because I hate Venom. And I think the casting is pretty perfect. I think Oscar Isaac does a really good job. I thought it was pretty distracting listening to him in an English accent in the trailers, but you get used to it pretty fast, mostly because everyone else around him is speaking in the same accent. Until the very end, when Mark Specter takes over, or at least when Mark Specter comes up and starts talking to Steven, and he talks in a normal American accent, and I was like, hey, it's Oscar Isaac. Unlike every other Marvel show on Disney+, this one felt like an actual pilot episode. It hooked me to the rest of the show, and I want to see more from Moon Knight. I'm really excited for what's to come. The other Marvel shows really just ride on the characters' success because we've already seen them before, and people like those characters, so the studio knows that people are going to watch just because of the characters. And this goes for all of them. WandaVision, Loki, Hawkeye, Falcon, Winter Soldier, we don't talk about that one. Moon Knight, being the wild card, feels like it's actually trying to get my attention, and I respect it for that. The first episode is filled with unanswered questions about the life and mind of Stephen and Mark. I loved that about the show. There was a balance of exposition and mystery going on. It's like the writers didn't just say, hey, here's the character. They said, here's some breadcrumbs. In the episode, we follow Stephen's perspective, which is pretty interesting to do because when he gets into fight scenes, the frame flickers to black, and then when it focuses back again, the fight already went on and it ended, telling us that Mark took over and did some karate or shot somebody, which I thought was, hey, it was pretty cool. I don't need to see action for me to be entertained. I thought it was pretty good. Now, I don't know if this is a proper representation of D.I.D, which is the mental illness that Stephen has, but I'm gonna be safe to say that it's probably not. And before people say, oh, this is obviously a perfect representation of D.I.D, anyone with D.I.D is possessed by gods. That's not true. If you want to know how it actually works, I recommend this YouTube channel. I'll put a link in description. The person who runs the channel pretty much just goes through how it works, and they themselves have D.I.D, and it's pretty interesting. I'm only saying this because I know that in the past, movies have drastically misinformed the public on how D.I.D and other mental illnesses work. Like the movie Split with that one bald guy who like has split personalities. That's not D.I.D, and people think it is, which it's just not, and those people are dumb. But I'm just saying this so that if you are one of those dumb people, you can actually learn, all right? And that's it. Also, some things I liked about it was Stephen's house is just built like a crack house. Not necessarily to keep people out, but to keep himself in because he sees the Mark Specter life as this weird dream life that he's living. Doesn't really understand the concept of D.I.D, I don't think, at least. Which is pretty cool. And the way he found out that Mark exists and this alternate life of himself exists through the loose wooden board on the top of his wall, looking in and finding a Motorola Razr, which is Mark's phone, was pretty interesting. It was a pretty unique way of introducing Mark. And also the final hallway scene was very good. I really liked their use of mirrors and the angles of the camera and the perspectives. I thought that was really interesting. And I liked how Stephen was introduced to Mark. Mark was just saying, hey, calm down, let me take over for a couple minutes. And Stephen is like, yo, why is there an Egyptian dead zombie dog following me? I don't understand what's going on. Can you help me out here, Mark? The only real issue I have about the series right now is the costume of Moon Knight. The costume of Moon Knight looks a little too digital, especially the cape. I don't know if this is going to be an issue going on with the series, but I know that this shot was in the trailers, and I had this same thought when looking at that shot from the trailers. But overall, I'm really excited to see Oscar Isaac continue this role. I'm excited to see more of Moon Knight. Again, I know very little about this character. I don't know what's going on. But based on this premiere episode, I think this show has a lot of potential. If I were to give this a number review, I don't really know. I guess a 7 maybe based on this first episode. I don't know. That's not even. I just threw that number out there. That's not my actual opinion, I guess. That's just an estimate on what I would give it when it finishes, but just don't take that one with a grain of salt, you know? But anyway, guys, if you like this review, please subscribe, please. Okay, did you do it yet? All right, you did it. Good job, buddy. Anyway, goodbye.